that task was?
I was asked for very little time that I had in Pakistan to visit a factory in Sialkot which produces footballs and is a member of Fair Trade Foundation. That was the task I was given.
And he fulfilled it. And one of the questions we wanted to ask you and for you to tell us was, when you went in there, what was your initial reaction to what you saw?
Well, from what I saw, it was beyond my expectation. It was a more or less newish building and a massive building, and when I went inside it, there was hundreds of employees doing all sorts of different work in there. It was very well lit, very well built, all the signposts, all the health and safety instructions in their own language as well as English. So I was well pleased when I saw the layout of the factory and the circumstances of the workforce that were in there. And it was quite amazing.
So you were pleased with the conditions? Very
pleased. And that factory, by the way, has been trading for over 100 years. This was their fourth generation now doing the same trade. And it's well established and well known throughout the world.
And how long have they been involved with fair trade footballs?
I think that they've been involved with the fair trade for the last 10 years.
10 years, that's good. But you did say to us earlier today that not all the footballs are made to fair trade standards.
No, they're not.
But we'll go into that a bit. Now, one of the things about fair trade, the very important things, is the role of children. Did you see any children working there?
No, I didn't. I didn't see no children whatsoever there. But I did ask the question when I was speaking to the employees in there at different departments, at different floor levels, if children were involved at any stage where there was any work being taken home, where children and families would get involved, or do any of the children are brought into the factory, whether it were cleaning purposes or any work, do they do any work? And I was categorically told by every single person that I spoke to that no, there were no children involved whatsoever. And also looking at the condition of the grounds and the factory, and speaking to the workforce and then also the employers, I could feel and assess that there are no children involved in this. There was no sign of any child labour in there. And then I finally did ask them if, through the Fair Trade Foundation, if they were being benefited in terms of the support in education and health. And I was told by the parents that the factory themselves have created a sort of a housing area where they house all their employees. And within that housing association or area, whatever you want to call it, they have created schools and medical facilities. So the employees were also supporting them with the school uniforms, with the stationery, and with also health needs. And I think that was a massive change or a news to me in Pakistan, in Sialkot, that there are people who are caring about their workforces and especially trying to support the children to achieve whatever they can in their education and look after their health and well-being, which was a very, very promising thing that I saw there.
Good. And what about their wages? What sort of standard of...
Wages, I would say what we call here is a living wage. An average worker was earning just over 12,000 rupees. That's cash money a month. But if you then compare the benefit that they were receiving through the education, uniform and healthcare system, then that would maybe equate to 25,000–30,000 rupees a month. And I would say that's maybe, if not more, than the living wage, not minimum wage, but a living wage. In Pakistan, in Sialkot, 25,000–30,000 rupees a month is a good wage.
I think this is working, yes it is. What about women? Because that's another one of the things about fair trade, that gender equality is very important.
I definitely saw quite a lot of women, not as many as men, but there were quite a fair number of women working in there, doing all sorts of different tasks. Some they were washing the football, some they were packing away, polishing them, and all sorts of things. And I did speak to them as well, just to find out how well they were treated by their work colleagues as well as their employer. And I was assured that they were equally treated, if not better, than their male colleagues. So that was nice to see. that was nice to see that as well.
That's good. Now, what about... I said the right stomp on your toe. Was this the only factory you visited, or the only one that made fair trade footballs?
I think I was told, I did ask the question, there's 6 different manufacturers in Pakistan, the 5 of them being in Sialkot and 1 in Faisalabad. They were all producing different things. But there are hundreds of different manufacturers in Sialkot and Faisalabad. And there's only 6 so far in the whole of Pakistan that are a member of Fair Trade Foundation. I did encourage them to get their friends and then colleagues to join Fair Trade Foundation and start producing things on that basis. But there was one downside to it that I was informed about. That this particular company, Ali Trading, which is quite an old company, as I said, over 100 years of trading, and 4th generation, and they produce just footballs, millions of footballs a year. And what they told me, there was only a quarter of their production is being made or sold through the Fair Trade Foundation. And the rest, 75% was sold otherwise, and yet they were struggling. The people are not willing to pay the premium price. The message that I was given to bring back here to yourselves and everybody else out there, that we need to support fair trade producers, whatever it may be, encourage the consumers to buy more fair trade producers if we are going to help the people that we're intending to help.
So you've given us a lot of positive thoughts and one negative item that we need as a city and as individuals to work on.
That's right. I wouldn't say it's all that negative, but nevertheless there is a shortfall.
A challenge.
A challenge that we all need to work at and see if we can make it any better to improve the situation and encouraging, especially the youngsters, starting with the schools and then parents and whoever, that if we can encourage them to buy more fair trade produces, whether it be a football or a cricket ball or a cricket bat or fruit or vegetable, as you know, every single item that is out there you can buy through fair trade producers that we get imported here in the UK.
Great, thank you. Now I understand that down here, this is not planned, we have a fair trade football that's been signed, I think, I'm getting the nod. I think we're going to ask you, Lord Mayor, to take it with you and raffle it off somehow or other through your own foundation.
Yeah.
So, in a sense, it's a gift to you for your foundation. Would you like to come?
Thank you very much.
Who's actually signed? Ben, you know who signed this?
The first team Stoke City signed.
The first team of Stoke City.
Well, thank you very much.
And this is one of...
You can see it. This is the one that was given to me by Ali Trading, and especially made this with the Union Jack in Pakistan and Fair Trade logo.
That's a great souvenir, isn't it?
Yes. So
that's nice. Took a while.
This is going to be, I'm thinking of leaving this in the Lord Mayor's parlour for future references. So whoever wants to visit that, you can see it. It'll be on a permanent display with the next Lord Mayor at least.
So the football that you've just given to us, Ben, were those made in Sialkot in this factory that...
Yeah, they're fair trade football, yeah.
So that football, the real one, was made in the factory that our Lord Mayor went to visit. Thank you very much, Councillor Khan. I want you to sit down and enjoy the rest of the evening.
Thank you very much.